Congratulations, you finally made it. You just saw that notification on your phone. 30 million Vietnamese dong deposited into your account. You are feeling like a king, aren't you? You walk into the office with your head held high, ordering a venti Starbucks latte without even checking the price. You think you have finally escaped the poor bracket. You think you are middle class. You think you are successful. Well, I am here to tell you that you are a complete idiot. In fact, you are the bank's favorite kind of idiot. 30 million is not a salary. It is a meticulously designed trap. It is the golden handcuffs. It is just enough money to buy you a lifestyle you cannot actually afford, but not enough to ever buy your freedom. Let me paint a picture of your pathetic, successful life. You wake up in a high-end studio apartment. That costs you 10 million a month just so you can have a gym you never use and a pool you only look at. You get dressed in clothes that cost 2 days of labor just to impress people at work who do not even like you. You drive to work in a car that you are paying off over 5 years, bleeding interest every single second that engine is running. Look at yourself. Look at Joe here. I am sitting in this wheelchair, and I still have more mobility than your financial life. You are chained to that desk. If your boss screams at you tomorrow, you cannot quit. Why? Because that 30 million is already spent before it even hits your account. You owe the landlord, you owe the bank, you owe the credit card company, and you owe your ego. You are not climbing the social ladder. You are a hamster in a gold-plated wheel. The faster you run, the more the bank earns. You are not living the dream. You are subsidizing the dream of the guy who owns the building you live in. Stop smiling at your phone. Your 30 million dong salary is the most dangerous drug on the market. It numbs the pain of being a slave, just enough to keep you coming back for more every Monday morning. Welcome to the matrix of the successful slave. Now that I have stopped you from feeling good about your pathetic 30 million, let us look at how the system actually harvests your life. You think you are making decisions? Think again. Every cent of that 30 million has been pre-allocated by people much smarter and much greedier than you. Let us bring in a friend of mine. Meet the fat banker. Look at him. He has got a cigar that costs more than your daily wage and a suit that is worth your entire 3-month emergency fund. Except you do not have an emergency fund, do you? Imagine the conversation. The fat banker leans over his mahogany desk, blowing smoke into your face. He says, "Joe, my boy, 30 million. You are a superstar. You should not be carrying that basic plastic card. Here, take this infinite platinum diamond card. It has a 100 million limit. You deserve that new iPhone. You deserve that weekend trip to Singapore. Do not worry about the 25% interest rate. That is just a small fee for a man of your status. And you, like a fool, ask about saving for a house." The banker laughs and says, "A house is just a box where you store the things you bought with his credit card. Why save for 10 years when you can have the feeling of being rich today? Just sign here, and he will even give you a 0% installment plan for the first 6 months. It is basically free money. That is how they get you. It is called lifestyle inflation, and it is a terminal disease. When you were making 10 million, you ate street food and felt fine. Now that you make 30 million, suddenly street food is unhygienic. You need that 150,000 dong poke bowl. You need the gym membership at the place with the fancy towels. You need the Netflix, the Spotify, the iCloud storage, and the 5 other subscriptions you forgot you even signed up for. The system does not want you to stay poor. Being poor is useless. You have no skin in the game. But they also do not want you to be rich. Rich people do not need infinite platinum cards. The system wants you exactly where you are in the middle. The middle is the sweet spot for the vampires. You have enough income to qualify for a loan, but not enough to pay it off early. You are credit worthy. In banker speak, that means you have enough meat on your bones for them to chew on for the next 30 years. Think about your Mazda 3 or that VinFast you are so proud of. You did not buy a car. You bought a 5-year contract to stay at a job you hate. Every time you turn that key, you are not driving to work. You are driving to the bank to hand over your freedom. You are paying for the metal, the leather, the interest, the insurance, the parking, and the gas, all with after-tax dollars. You are a glorified delivery boy for your own salary. And the worst part, you will go to sleep tonight feeling stable. Stable is just another word for stagnant. Stop right there. Do not scroll anywhere. I want you to take your phone out, open the calculator app. Or if you still have a shred of brain power left, open an Excel sheet. I am going to perform an autopsy on your middle-class wallet. Let us see what is actually left of your glorious 30 million salary after the vultures are done picking at it. Start with the raw number, 30 million dong. Looks big on the ATM screen, right? But wait. First, say hello to the tax man. You do not get the whole 30 million, you genius. After personal income tax and mandatory insurance, you are taking home about 26 to 27 million. You just lost several fancy dinners to a government machine before you even did anything. Now, let us dissect the cost of being fancy. Where do you live? A studio in the city center or a high-end apartment? To match your manager title, right? Rent plus management fees plus parking, 10 million dong. You just lost 1/3 of your life just for a place to sleep and a nice view for your Instagram stories. Next, let us talk about that iron monster, the Mazda or VinFast you are paying off. Principal and bank interest, 7 million dong. Gas, maintenance, insurance, and tolls, 3 million dong. That is another 10 million gone. You are going to work just to pay for the machine that takes you to work. Do you see the stupidity here? What do we have left? 6 to 7 million for 30 days. That is about 200,000 dong a day. In the morning, a Starbucks latte and a quick breakfast, 120,000 dong. At lunch, office rice or eating with colleagues for networking, 80,000 dong. Stop and calculate. You are out of money by the time the clock hits noon. You have not had dinner, you have not paid for electricity, water, or internet, and you have not bought a single new shirt to replace the one with the frayed collar. So where does that money come from? Oh, I forgot. You have that infinite platinum card from the fat banker, don't you? You are spending future money to pay for your current ego. Look at the comparison. On the left, the educated poor, which is you with a 30 million salary. Your liabilities include high rent, car payments, designer clothes, and social parties. Your net worth after 10 years is zero, or a pile of debt and a junk car worth 20% of what you paid. On the right, the pragmatist, the person you call cheap who earns 15 million. Their liabilities are low rent and an old motorbike. They save 7 million a month and invest in hard assets with 10% compound interest. Their net worth after 10 years is over 1.4 billion dong. Do you see it now? The person you look down on because they do not know how to enjoy life is the one who actually owns freedom. You, with double their salary, just own shiny trash. Every 100,000 coffee you drink is not 100,000. If you invested that 100,000 with compound interest for 20 years, that coffee actually costs 1.5 million dong. Every month you have zero left means your net worth is zero. You are working for free for society. You are just a currency transit station. If your company downsizes tomorrow, how long do you last? 1 month? 2 weeks? Or will you have to beg your boss because you cannot miss a single bank payment? 30 million is the perfect trap because it is just enough to keep you from starving, but too little to let you walk away from the table. Why does the fat banker smile so wide when you borrow money? Why do real estate developers always run ads for apartments? For successful young people, the moment you get promoted, welcome to the Matrix. In this world, you are not the customer. You are the product. You are a unit of energy being fattened up for periodic harvest. Your biggest enemy is a system designed to keep you at the level of just enough. Just enough money to spend, but never enough to invest. Just enough pride to stop learning new skills, but just enough fear to never quit your job. Look at how the government and the banks run this game. When you earn $10 million, you do not pay much tax. You are a burden. But when you hit $30 million, boom, you become a first-class sheep. You pay income tax regularly. You buy things with high VAT. You pay bank interest religiously because you are terrified of losing your successful person label. The system loves people with a $30 million salary because you are the ones paying for everyone else's wealth. Every hour you sit in that office, you are working to pay interest to the bank. You are working to pay rent to the landlord. You are working to pay taxes to the state. And you are working to make the shareholders of your company rich. And what do you get? A few photos on Instagram and a hollow manager title. You think you own assets? Wrong. You own debt. A car on a loan is not an asset. It is a money-sucking machine that loses 10% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. A 20-year mortgage is not a home. It is an iron chain worth billions tied to your ankle. The puppeteer behind all this is inflation. The system prints money constantly. Every year, the money in your pocket loses 5 to 10% of its real purchasing power. While your salary goes up by 5% and you feel happy, house prices go up by 20%, and a bowl of noodles goes up by 15%. You are running backward on a forward-moving treadmill. The fat banker knows this. He lends you cash, which is losing value, in exchange for your labor and time, which is your most precious and non-renewable resource. He uses your time to build his empire and gives you back crumbs called salary and bonuses. You are not a corporate warrior. You are a matrix battery providing power to the meat grinder called the consumer economy. They need you to crave the latest iPhone. They need you to feel ashamed if you do not have a car. Because if you stop craving those useless things, you will start craving freedom. And a slave who craves freedom is the biggest threat to the system. I am not here to comfort you. I am here to save your wallet and your rotting life. If you want to escape this 30 million trap, you must be willing to do things that your middle-class friends think are crazy. You must be willing to live like a poor person so that one day you can own real wealth. Step 1. Kill your ego. Sell that car you are paying off. Yes, I am talking about the Mazda or VinFast you keep posting on Facebook. It is a debt, not an asset. Go back to a motorbike or take the bus if you have to. Move out of that 10 million luxury apartment immediately. Find a clean, safe room for 3 or 4 million. You need a place to sleep and study, not a place to perform fake success. If you do not dare to do this, keep being a slave. Freedom has a price, and the first price is your pride. Step 2. Stop the bleeding. Cancel all your credit cards right now. Snap them in half. You are not allowed to spend a single cent that you have not actually earned. Apply extreme minimalism. Only spend on things that maintain your life and productivity. Starbucks? Forget it. Weekend drinking? Forget it. Your goal is to push your savings rate to 60 or 70% of your income. With the 30 million salary, if you live like someone earning 10 million, you will have 20 million a month to buy back your freedom. After 1 year, you have 240 million. That is not money, that is F-U money. It is the amount that gives you the right to say no to bad bosses. Step 3. Accumulate hard assets instead of paper trash. Don't ever put that money into a long-term savings account for some pathetic interest that does not beat inflation. Learn to invest in hard assets. Why Bitcoin or gold? Because the system cannot print more of them to dilute your hard work. Turn your sweat and tears into something the government cannot touch and devalue. Every dollar you invest is a soldier going to fight for your freedom. Don't kill those soldiers by buying a designer bag. Step 4. Upgrade your money printing machine. Stop wasting money on useless master's degrees or office certificates. Invest in high-value skills that the market pays for. Sales, behavioral psychology, system management, or core technology skills. Turn yourself into someone who can stand anywhere and generate cash flow even if the company collapses. Freedom is not having a lot of money to spend. Freedom is when you are no longer forced to do things you hate, to pay for things you do not need. 30 million can be a golden cage, but it can also be a launch pad. Don't wait until you are 40, with declining health and family burdens, to realize you wasted your youth making the fat banker rich. Wake up today. Live a little hard now so you can actually live tomorrow. Either you control the money or it will chain you. Stop the video, look in the mirror, and ask yourself, am I the master of my life or just a high-end slave? We are done here. Go to work. A person chained to a golden treadmill in a modern office.